What's going on, guys? Welcome to the first, man, it's been a long time, Ask JD series. Boom. Happy New Year, first of all. We are in 2021. We are in a lockdown. But nevertheless, we are here and I'm excited to get this episode back rolling. Okay, so guys, the Ask JD series, I think I first did them, oh man, a long time ago. And, it's a long time ago. Let's not talk about it. Anyway, so last week I put out a poll on Instagram and Facebook. And you guys asked me some questions and I've got some questions here. Voila, 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 voila. So, let's get to it. Welcome to Ask JD, episode number uno. Question number one, snack ideas. So I don't eat everything sugary. I'm gonna be very blunt with this one. If you're eating everything sugary, yeah, does that make sense? Yeah, if you're eating everything sugary, just stop buying so many sugary things to have in your cupboards, okay? I know that sounds a bit silly, but realistically, if something is not there, you're not going to consume it, okay? So make a shopping list, and by all means, of course, you know, we all like to have treats. I like to have chocolate, you know. Cheesecake used to be the thing. It still is a thing, just not as much these days. But realistically, is make a shopping list, okay? Within that shopping list, put down everything you need, everything that is gonna help you stick to your diet, adhere to your diet, whatever your diet may be, whether you're in a surplus, in a maintenance, deficit, etc. Okay, and that's okay, that's number one. Number two, don't go shopping when you're hungry. When you go shopping when you're hungry, you buy a lot of silly and useless things. So make sure you've been well fed before you go shopping. And this is fact, okay? How many of you, comment below, how many times have you gone shopping when you're hungry and you just want to buy pointless stuff because you are starving? Hands up as guilty. I do that. So that's number 2 point, okay? And number 3, in terms of like healthier snacks, there's so many different things you guys can have. You know, fruit. You can have what they called pop chips. Is it the pop chips? Is like a healthier version of crisps. Basically, they're much lower in calories. They're much lower in fat. Mostly, they're quite a good option. You've got like the hummus and lentil crisp style things, they're really good. When it comes to healthier snacks, okay, again, I like to have like the Fiber One bars. Don't have too many of them, you will end up in the toilet, honestly. But that's really my advice, is just making sure you don't overconsume a bunch of pointless sugary treats that are there. And also, of course, making sure that the diet you're sticking to is a diet you're actually enjoying. Of course, you are going to have to make certain sacrifices, but I find that when you're sticking to a diet that suits your lifestyle, it's fairly easy for you to adhere to. You know, you're gonna feel less likely that you want to kind of just eat a bunch of junk. So I hope that makes sense, guys. That's question number 1. Question number 2, should I bulk cut or body recomp? Okay, this is a tough one to answer if I don't know what you look like. So, you know, it really varies. What is your goal? What is it that you're trying to achieve? Do you want to, you know, put on muscle? Do you want to lose fat? I mean, it's a tough one if I don't know what you look like. Obviously, with this person, I do know what they look like. So my answer to them would be, I think just focus on the fat loss phase for a while. You know, just kind of like a mini cut. Because the truth is, okay, if you're trying to put on muscle and you have excess body fat, okay, when you're in a surplus, it's inevitable part of that journey that you're going to accumulate more body fat, okay? It's going to happen. How much body fat you put on depends on how big your surplus is, how long you're on a surplus for, etc. So, you know, if you're wanting to put muscle, that's what I'd say. But with this person, I'd say obviously focus on the fat loss phase first, okay? A mini cut would do. And then go from there. But if you guys are struggling to figure out what you want, obviously drop me a message. It's kind of hard if I don't know what you look like and what your goals are. Be clear on what your goal is. If you want a fat loss, if you want to maintain, etc. Okay? Without weight, what can I do to keep my upper body in shape? There's a lot of things you can do. You can do a lot of upper body exercises, okay? I would definitely say invest. There's so many things you can buy on Amazon, on eBay these days that are quite cheap to buy, like bands. Bands is probably the best investment you make during lockdown. Okay, and you can do so many exercises with them. Pull-up bars, and even like just getting some cheap dumbbells, okay? And guys, listen, if you're someone that's used to lifting really heavy dumbbells, etc., another way you can achieve, I've lost my words.
A few moments later.
Another way that you can achieve overload of the muscles is just go higher reps. Okay, if you're used to working in a 6 to 10 rep range or 12 to 15, and you get yourself some dumbbells and they're not necessarily heavy enough, just work at a higher rep range, work at slower tempo, focus on eccentric movements. There's so many different ways to increase resistance just with lighter weights. Okay, so that's my takeaway. There's so many things you can do. Body weight, get bands, definitely try to get some dumbbells, get a pull-up bar. So these are the ways you can keep your upper body in shape. And the same applies obviously for your lower body, okay? I don't take any protein powders, bars, should you? Awesome question. People are still stuck in the idea that supplements is the kings or queens of everything. Okay, supplements are simply there to supplement a diet. Should you have protein bars or protein powders? Well, it really depends. Are you having enough protein in your diet? If you're having enough protein in your diet through food, then you don't really need it. Okay, it's not an essential. If you're struggling, then I'll definitely say invest in just a basic whey protein, or by all means, yeah, have a box of protein bars available, and you can have a protein bar here and there. That's absolutely fine. The thing with protein bars though, guys, what I would say is just keep an eye on it. Some of them are actually quite high calories. Okay, some of them are fairly low calories, but some of them are quite high calories. So just keep a watchful eye that, you know, you're not introducing a couple protein bars a day and the next thing you know, that protein bar's got like 300 calories and it's putting you, you know, in a surplus if your goal is maintenance or calorie deficit. So in that case, I'd say opt for whey protein. They're usually genuinely they're lower calorie. But do you need them? The answer is no. Are they essential? The answer is also no. Do they come in handy and useful? The answer is 100% yes. Most of us struggle to get enough protein in the diet, so that is my answer. Guys, it's been fun. Until next time, keep it real, keep it positive. Peace.